One comment did disturb me. In fact, I won't say it kept me up at night, but I will say that it woke me up this morning. There was one little, I guess she was a female, I hope she was a female, by judging her screen name, and I won't quote her screen name here and embarrass her or anything, but I just want to say, she said that I rub my nose too much, which I do. I had a cold at the time and I was doing this all the time. But I didn't blow my nose with my hand or anything, but I did rub my nose. But then she took it upon herself to say that I looked like Jabba the Hutt. And that made a point. Of all the other discussions, that probably made a bigger point than anything else, that I look like Jabba the Hutt. So I wanted to point out some things, and I do have a weight problem, and I know it. I struggle with the 200-pound mark. I go up and down. Because of Pam's illness right now, I'm actually down and feel a little bit better because I'm having to wait on her. But I want to point out that, first off, I was wondering why a girl would bring up a movie that old, and I realized that probably Star Wars has just hit Utah. So that's probably why it's fresh on her mind. But at any rate, little known fact is I was an artist for a long time, too. I drew pictures and I studied art in college. And I was never getting good at painting because I'm colorblind, but I did study art, and I began to understand the features of the human face. For instance, the center of your pupils always goes down to the corner of your mouth, and the way your jaw forms a perfect angle like this, hairlines, things like with a man, you'll notice that, you see the distance from the thumb here to the end of the forefinger? That's exactly the distance from your nose to the bridge of your nose, the tip to the bridge, okay? Same things like that. And I'd like to point out something. First, I'd like to introduce y'all to something. This is something that probably a lot of people have never seen, honestly. And it's not just a cowboy boot. My friend Joe Rambles probably appreciate this. This is a Justin Roper, handmade Justin Roper, given to me by one of my wives, and it's made out of elephant hide. I don't think you can even legally do that anymore, which gives you an idea of how old this Justin Roper is. And it's used. See, I actually used it, and actually had spurs. I used this. Because another little-known historical fact, and I guess they don't know it, but the reason I hit it off with so many ranchers on some of my videos is I actually worked in the valley and in West Texas doing certain jobs, and I worked around with a lot of Mexican illegals and got to know them as people. And so that's one reason I'm more sympathetic than a lot of people are. But anyway, back to the Justin. I want to point this out to this little girl about me being Jabba the Hutt. I want you to notice this, and I want you to note, like, remember this little trick here. Your body is laid out proportional. All artists know this. Your body's proportional. Unless you become morbidly obese. Your hips will always be so wide. Your femur will measure when you're 3-4 years old. The doctor can tell how tall you're probably going to be. And the size of your foot dictates certain sizes and stuff of your anatomy and everything. And I want you to notice, this is my boot, and it is a 12 double E. I want you to notice that. It's a 12 double E. And well, she may think I look like Jabba the Hutt and everything. I do have certain attributes that endear me. And just remember that, honey, this is the most important thing in your life. This is a 12 double E. Okay? And if you don't understand that, go ask your mommy and she'll be able to tell you.